Hello everyone, it's Rosin and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Titanfall 2. This is going to be a filler episode, so this isn't the continuation of the campaign. This is actually just a multiplayer match. I wanted to show off the multiplayer mode for this game because, honestly, it is kind of the main draw, and I am, in a way, I guess, Let's Playing the campaign, which has received critical acclaim, but at the same time, most people are going to buy this game for this mode, so I thought it'd be kind of weird if I didn't show off at least one round. So I'm just playing a game of attrition here, which is kind of the default mode. It's basically just a standard team deathmatch, team-based versus mode, where you do have access to the Titans, which I guess are kind of a big draw. There is a pilots versus pilots mode, as it's called, which is basically the same thing, but there are no Titans involved. But I think this game mode is kind of the most representative of the multiplayer, and actually a big part of why I chose this round to show off is because I think it is a very good basic round of multiplayer that kind of shows off what it's all about. Even my build here, I wanted to show off the grappling hook because that's not in the campaign, so I decided to just kind of run with a very basic assault rifle class, use the grappling hook so you guys can kind of see what that's like. It's really a shame that the grappling hook isn't in the campaign at all. I guess slight spoiler for the campaign, but I have finished recording the campaign as of this recording, and the grappling hook is just nowhere to be found, which I think is a shame because it's just such a fun mobility tool. It really adds so much to the movement in this game, I feel, so it's just kind of a shame it wasn't in the campaign too. But Cloak is pretty cool too. That's one of the multiplayer abilities too, and that's kind of the one they decided to stick on the main character for the campaign. But you are going to see a few other people using different abilities and stuff throughout this match. You already saw one, and I think actually it might show up again soon. Yeah, that guy. At least I think it's that guy. No, it might be a little bit later here, but you saw it earlier in the start. Someone had a shield up and actually shot me through his own shield. And that's kind of what the gimmick is with that ability. It's a shield barrier type little wall thing that you can put up, and it will absorb bullets for a limited time before it gets shot enough and it breaks. I think it might go away on its own with enough time. I'm not entirely sure. There it is, actually. It just showed up on the screen, and I'm looking at it right now. So the cool thing about that, too, is as you can see him doing right there, if you shoot through it as the user on your own side, it'll actually amplify your outgoing bullets and cause more damage, which is really neat, and honestly sounds like it'd be way too powerful in any other first-person shooter game, but because this game is all about mobility, it's just so energetic, and it's so easy to zip around and get around stuff like that. It's really not all that powerful if you know what you're doing. Like, if I really wanted to, I could have zipped around and probably just kicked that guy in the head, and that would have been that. If you stay in one place for too long in this game, you are going to lose. It really, like that, you really need to be on the ball, paying attention, and just moving fast. That guy just obviously didn't see me there and was not prepared for me sliding in on him and shooting him right in the stomach like that, so that's how that happened. And that guy too. If you're fast enough and a big enough mobility threat to deal with. And see, even there, I just slowed down, and I ended up eating shit because of it. But the faster you're going, within reason, obviously you want to still be able to aim your shots and stuff, the more of a threat you are in this multiplayer, so it's very skill-based, which I enjoy. So, like that guy too, didn't even see me, got the drop on him. I stop moving, then I get shot because that guy got the drop on me. Kind of how it goes. Which can be frustrating for some players, I know. I know a lot of people that aren't particularly big on first-person shooters have said that the time to kill is so low in this game that they just feel like it's a matter of who sees who. My Titan's dome shield there, those little shields actually do damage. So I actually got killed just because someone ran into my shield there, which is funny. But yeah, I get into a little Titan altercation here. Me and this guy go back and forth a little bit. I'm running the Tone Kit, which I'm not sure if I've shown off in the single player yet. I think I have, but yeah, I got my core here, which is great. Blew up the Titan, and I'm really low on health here, so I decided to eject, which is really cool. Go up in the air like this. and almost stood in the air for too long there because enemy had laid down a turret which almost shot me down, but luckily I escaped. Those turrets are brutal, so I was actually really surprised I didn't just die and eat shit there. Gonna jump on this enemy Titan, gonna steal a battery, which you can do in the campaign apparently. I never did it because I'm always in my Titan when there are Titans nearby. But yeah, you can steal a battery and then either put in your own Titan for extra shield, or you could give it to a friendly, which I'm going to do here. You can also call out to people too, so if you or the other person don't have voice chat, you can just hit square next to an enemy Titan and call out and say, hey, I have a battery for you, and a message will even pop up on their screen saying, so-and-so player has a battery, which is cool. If you do steal a Titan's battery, though, there's, you do show up on their screen as a little battery icon, and it's very dangerous because obviously that Titan probably wants their battery back, so it is a very risky thing to do. Kind of lost that Titan fight there, so I hopped out and took to the skies, but yeah, that guy saw me and managed to snipe me out. So that's one thing too. Ejecting from a Titan will throw you right up into the air, and if someone's good enough shot, they can just take you right out, which it's really tricky, so if they do it, they deserve it. But yeah, that's always a thing. A really fun thing too, though, is if you and another pilot eject at the same time, and you just end up getting into a crazy aerial battle, because that can happen too. It's really fun. Very rare, though. Very rare, usually, because one person's forced to eject and the other person stays their ground. That was goofy looking. That, you might not really be able to see it, but I really felt it when I was playing and actually in control of the sticks. That melee kick really locked in hard and, like, shoved my camera control away from me really far there, which I actually don't mind, because autocorrect stuff like that for melee's pretty standard, and I'm sure it's not easy to program or work with in a very fast-paced game like this where people are jumping around, running everywhere. So I saw a guy firing from here, saw a guy across the enemy, or across the building there, and then I ended up killing the original guy that I saw with a punch to the head. If you actually hold down R3, I've shown off in the single player, you can execute people just like you can in the single player. Got my Titan again. I didn't want to execute the guy just because the score is a little close here, and I didn't want to risk like wasting time or anything. I was taking this super seriously. Accidentally ejected from my Titan there, and I ran back in. And couldn't really tell who was hitting me. It was some pilot, but thought that was an enemy, just a friendly Titan, so yeah, I don't think I ever really found out who was originally hurting me. But there's that guy, and he's gonna get a nice, good punch to the face, which, pretty brutal considering I'm a giant robot and he's just a tiny man. So that guy's trying to steal my friend's battery, so there's no friendly fire, so I just kind of shot him. There's a Reaper on that building. Yeah, and that's actually one thing, too, that Titanfall multiplayer does compared to other first-person shooter games. There's actually AI team members. They call them minions, and they just, not like the shitty movie Yellow Turd Minions, but you can actually kill them for some small points that will help out the team, but also at the same time, it's not as much. Like, you can't just get away with just killing the AI enemy. You really need to be killing enemy players for big points and to win and stuff. That guy was in my way. I was trying to shoot at this guy. Wasn't really working out for me. Got my salvo core, which is fun. And decided to eject just because it was a little closer comfort there. But I did my damage, so not feeling too bad about it. And I got an assist there, I think I just saw. This guy over here, and actually, as you can see, he has the phase ability, which just kind of is a little teleport dash, which is cool. Kind of lose sight of him here for a little bit here, but I think actually we're about to take it. Yeah, there's this guy right here, which he ended up exploding, but yeah, we just won, so Anyways, this goes into the epilogue, which basically what this is a, honestly, like, we already won the match, so it's not super important, but what it does do is, the losing team has to get to a dropship to evacuate, and the winning team has to either blow up the dropship or kill all the enemy players. And it's basically just a thing that you can do to get bonus experience points. So if you kill enemy players, you get bonus experience points if you're on the winning team. I actually think no matter the team, you get bonus experience for killing. But you get a lot of experience if you're on the losing team and you evacuate in the enemy or in the escape ship. But if you're on the winning team, if you blow up the escape ship, which we're gonna do right here, sorry for spoiling, you get a lot of experience too, which is cool. So yeah, I mean, this other guy, he did a good number on that ship, so no escape for them. And actually, I technically got third in terms of that scoreboard, but there's the best player on the enemy team actually just kind of left, and I think he rage quit after the epilogue happened. So that bumped me up to number 2 overall, so that's nice. And I leveled up. This is kind of what the results screen looks like. They give you experience points for like good performance and stuff like that, so really satisfying UI here, actually. I really like the graphic design work that went into this. But yeah, that's the multiplayer mode of Titanfall 2. Hope you enjoyed watching. We'll be back with the campaign next time. See you guys.